Rhonda, Director of Groundwork Arts. Today we're going to dive into the magic of traditional printmaking, where we create an image on a surface like a printing plate and transfer it on another surface like a piece of paper. The coolest part is that you can use one plate to create the same image over and over and over again. We'll start by making a block print, and if you're feeling really adventurous, we'll take it up a notch and try a new technique called Intaglio. This project is inspired by master printmaker Kyle Simon. Kyle makes prints, etchings, intaglios, and monoprints using his very own printing press. His prints usually begin with a story, but they're all about experimentation and discovery.
Here's what you'll need: a foam sheet, a brayer, a pencil, black tempera paint, a paper plate, copy paper, and printing paper, which can be any kind of paper you like.
For our first step, we're going to dream up a simple story image. It could be a character, a setting, or a plot.
Maybe a friendly fire-breathing dragon dancing on clouds, or a little fish blowing bubbles under the sea, or maybe it's just a setting like an alien planet. Or how about a plot like this cupcake that found a magical door in a forest tree?
Now I want you to close your eyes and think about the image you'd like to draw. It can be anything you want. When you have your story image, we're going to draw it on this foam plate. If you don't have a foam plate, you can use a styrofoam plate or a takeout container.
Lightly sketch your image on the foam plate with a pencil. Try to keep the design simple. I'm starting with a character. I'm also considering the entire composition by making these parallel wavy lines in the corner and observing any missing details. Adding a sun with repeating lines will create amazing patterns on a block print, as will bold and interesting shapes like these sun spikes. To create more of an environment, you might add a horizon line and consider any last details. Include texture by drawing cross-hatching and stippling with dots. When you're happy with your image, trace your sketch with your pencil. Press firmly and evenly to make sure the grooves are carved into the foam, but be careful not to tear through the foam. These shallow grooves made by etching into the surface are called incising. It will help define your print.
Now we're ready to prepare the paint. Take a little bit of tempera and put it at the top part of your plate. And then you use the brayer and pull the paint down and then roll the brayer back and forth to get an even coat of paint on the brayer. And now we're ready to make our block print. Put a piece of copy paper and then place your printing plate on top of it. Use the brayer to apply an even coat of paint across the entire plate. And you want to go back and forth to cover it. Now we're going to carefully place the foam plate on a clean piece of paper and grab a printing piece of paper and center it and gently press evenly over the entire surface. Then slowly peel the paper away from the foam plate to reveal your block print. The lines you drew here will appear white on the paper. If you want to take it further, you can make a second print without inking the plate again. It's called an intaglio print. You take the paper and center it again and push as hard as you can, feeling the grooves, using your fingers, your thumbs, the heel of your hand. You can even use a spoon for extra pressure. And another trick is to put a piece of paper over top of it so it'll slide better. And you're trying to feel the grooves and push the ink that's in the grooves onto the paper. And peel the paper again. And we have an intaglio print. We removed the paint off of the raised area when we did the block print. And when we put heavy pressure here, the ink in the grooves transferred to the page. And presto, there you have it. A block print that printed the raised flat areas of your image with just a little pressure, and an intaglio print that printed the ink in the grooves with a lot of pressure. And now you know how to design, ink, and transfer your image from a plate to a paper. Printmaking isn't just about creating an image, it's about experimenting. The mark you make, the amount of paint you use, the pressure applied, or the paper you use to print on changes everything.